Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today we're going to be doing my reaction and review for LEGO Ninjago Seabound Episode 9, The Storm Amulet. If you would like to check out my reaction to this episode, you can be sure to go down below to the top of the description of the video where you will find a link leading you over to Google Photos, where you'll be able to view my full uncut reaction to the episode, and then once you're done watching that, you can feel free to come back over here to listen to my full spoiler review for the episode, which is what we're going to get straight into right now. So let's get started now, and we're just gonna kind of scroll through the episode here. I'm gonna share my thoughts with all of you. We'll kind of go over it here. So basically, this episode starts off with us, of course, catching up with Kalmar here. You know, he's trying to figure out where the ninja are headed, basically, because of course he's got to find the storm amulet, and basically his underlings show him this map where they kind of show him the area where it's at, of course, the island where the keepers are. So now Kalmar can kind of be on their tails throughout this episode, and then we catch up with the ninja here, of course, Benthamar's just kind of hanging out with them, and they're trying to figure out their game plan here, and then they realize they're now in the stormy seas right here, which honestly, it's quite cool to be back here. I really wanted them to go back to the island, so I'm glad that they're doing it for at least this one episode here. So it is nice to see, except this time they do not have the catamarans with them, so they might have a little bit more of a challenging time this time around, or less challenging, I suppose, because now they won't be as affected by the lightning or anything, but there's still some falling debris and certain things, so they still have a little bit of difficulties on their journey, but they wind up there basically, and you can see the keepers here, and they're actually quite excited to see them. As you can see, at first they're kind of like a little bit ticked off, it seems, but then they're like, you know what, it's nice for you guys to be here, and they're talking about how it's kind of boring on the island as well. So I thought that was a nice funny little comedic moment for them, and they're happy to see Jay here, of course, the gift of Jay specifically. So it's a cool kind of moment right there. We get to see, I just love the design of the island, honestly. It really makes me want to pick up more of the sets. I only have like the jungle dragon thus far, so it's nice to see more of this, seeing the keepers once more, and of course seeing Chief Mammotus once again. So it's nice to kind of catch up with all of them, and they're kind of just warning him of the coming forces here, and that they're going to need to take the amulet basically, and he shows them that it's still here safe and sound, but they're like, you know what, we got to take this thing because it's not going to be safe here. So he does hand it over to them and kind of gives it to Nia to be the new protector of it. So it's kind of a passing of the sort of responsibility over to her, so hopefully she's able to handle it. But then Zane actually identifies that this is a fake amulet, so it's kind of a big moment here for the keepers. They're kind of like, oh no, that's not good. And of course, I think we all know who stole this amulet. It was, of course, Clutch Powers, very infamous for basically messing stuff up all the time, for lack of a better word. But yeah, basically they kind of figure out what's going on here, or at least Nia does, and then they're like, you know what, we gotta call back the other ninja, of course, or Master Wu and all of them, Kai, you know, Cole, Ray, all of them back in Ninjago City, Misako as well. I didn't want to leave her out there, but yeah, they basically call them back, letting them know what is going on there, and then they're like, hey, don't worry, or at least Cole picks up the phone and he's like, hey, don't worry, we're gonna make sure we get the real amulet and then we protect it. And then Kalmar shows up, which is a really cool moment when he shows up. I'm actually kind of wondering how he got there so quickly. I mean, I guess he just knew the way, so he wouldn't be that far behind them, I suppose. So it does make sense, actually, when I think about it a little bit more. But he shows up, and then they're like, you know what, we're gonna pull one over on them. Jay, using his fantastic acting skills, as you can see, he's like, hey, okay, take the amulet. Oh, we're absolutely devastated. This is terrible. And then Kalmar's just like, yeah, we overheard you. We know this is the fake amulet and that it's back in Ninjago City. We just kind of came here to make sure that you're not going to be able to follow us. So they get into a bit of a confrontation here. It's honestly a super cool moment within the episode. We get to see a little bit of a clash between them for a moment, but then Kalmar just winds up lighting their hydro bounty on fire, basically, by shooting all of the controls. Nia tries to go after him, but unfortunately is not able to catch up with with him has to come back to the Hydro Bounty, and now the ninja are kind of just like, what are we gonna do? Like, the Hydro Bounty's all messed up, there's not really much that we can do here to kind of solve our problems, so they kind of, Maya luckily gives them a little bit of encouragement here, saying that don't worry, we're gonna overcome this, we're gonna be able to. That's me paraphrasing, of course, it's probably not exactly what she said, obviously, but you get the point of it, and that's kind of how they end the episode, basically, with Kalmar escaping, going to Ninjago City now, to the Explorers Club, where he's going to try to take that. I'm assuming he's going to have a confrontation with Wu, Cole, Kai, Misako, all of them, so I'll be interested to see that, interested to see Clutch Powers once again, kind of see how he plays into it, of course, with him stealing the real Storm Amulet. So it was a good episode overall. I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done. I really liked the moment of Kalmar kind of coming and just completely messing them over, basically. And it was nice to see the island once again, even though it was very momentary, and I don't know if they're going to wind up playing back into it. I would have liked to have seen a bit of a confrontation between, like, Kalmar and the actual, like, keepers of the island. So that was a little bit unfortunate, so I'm a bit disappointed in that respect, but I would still say that overall it was a well done episode. I did enjoy it quite a bit, and I'm just excited to see where they go from here. I'm really eager to just see everything just go to a head, basically. I'm trying to think of the word, but basically everything coming up, building up now. I just want to see all of the confrontations that they're going to have and the conflict that is going to rise, so I'm really excited for all of that. But overall, it was a great episode. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Be sure to let me know all of your thoughts and opinions on the episode down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like. Also subscribe as well if you want to stay up to date with my Seabound reactions and reviews. So thanks so much. I'll see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.